Well, hi friends. So I have got a couple things that I want to share with you, both about shake hacks, shake tips on how to make your shake last longer and help you more. I also want to talk about a really special understanding that I have begun to have about the nature of God, the character of God, and His Word. So first, I'm going to start with this. So if you are one who loves shakes, but you just you can't make them every morning, it's overwhelming, it's blah, 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 and you just can't figure out where you land in that, let me tell you something that I do. So now, you may not agree with all the ingredients. You may be like, that's not for me. But you can do this with whatever ingredients you so choose. I have two different shakes that I swap in and out. And I'll usually go for about a week at a time. Sometimes I'll interrupt it and make the other one just because I have a taste for it. But this helps me. So at the beginning of the week, I'll make one particular shake. This one is my green shake. The other one is my savory shake. I'll post the recipe for that another time. That one, I promise. This one, you're probably gonna be like, I would change the ingredients a little bit. That one, I promise you're gonna love with the ingredients as is. But I go out into my garden, and right now it's early in the season, so we not necessarily have all the fruits and vegetables coming through, but I use the leaves as well as the herbs and throw them all in here. For instance, zucchini leaves, beet leaves, oregano, parsley, basil, dill, and then I throw in maybe some lemon. I will go ahead and put in maybe kiwi or pineapple, and then what I do is just blend it. Y'all, it doesn't taste that great at that point. It's got a little bit of the sweetness. Oh, I also put cucumber and celery. There's that. It doesn't taste that great at that point, but what it does is it makes, if I fill this entire blender up, it'll make for me about 3 to 3.5 mason jars. And so it's more or less kind of like a concentrate, if you will. And then I will get out one of the jars. I'm on my last jar right now. I'll fill up my blender, or about halfway full, with water and ice, because you want to keep it good and cold. And then I will just put it in there. As you see, it's separated already, and it'll plop out and not look that great. It's gross looking. However, it's going to turn out to be a really great little party when we're done with it. So I go ahead and put 2 bananas in it. And you may say, oh, Rachel, there's so many calories here. You're talking about what you will take in one time. So when I'm done blending this up again, it's going to create 2 more jars. And so this will take care of me for the remainder of today, if not one tomorrow morning. It just depends on how I feel. I also go ahead and throw in some chia seeds. Little tip right here, I keep in my drawer right here, because this is where I do all my shake business, cinnamon, turmeric, and chia seeds, and I use my 1 tablespoon. And when I originally made this, I put a tablespoon of turmeric, and I didn't do cinnamon in this particular one. It's the other shake I do. But why a tablespoon? Because that's easy, because it's right there and it's all done. But anyways, it's gonna make 2 shakes, and it's gonna be fine for me. This, when I originally made, and like I said, it'll take 3 to 3.5 of these mason jars. I originally made it, and this has been with me the entire week long. And you may say, well, doesn't that go bad? Well, if you put completely bad food in here, it will go bad quickly. But I had some things that were on the verge of maybe going bad. They're good for the week. Some things that were just completely fresh. But just make sure you use something that's not already got a little funkiness to it, and then you're gonna be fine for the entire week. That banana brings the nice sweetness. And if you're one who says, I can't do all those other things, just make sure you get those good strong ones in there, like celery, cucumber, and then put your pineapple, put your kiwi. I also do pears and green grapes. That's another thing, I just forgot that, green grapes. Because that helps lift that flavor. And then you have something, and these are washed, so just put them back in the refrigerator. Then you have something that's extra fresh, and it is an incredible way to get water off your system. I know, we're all the time saying, what's the way? What's the quick way to get water off our system? Well, the best things you can do is make sure that you are staying hydrated, and that you're putting the right foods in your body, and that you're enjoying the wrong foods on a minimal level. Do you hear what I'm saying right there? There was one point in my life where I said, never, nothing, none of the good stuff, none of the cruddy good stuff, but only the super good stuff. And that, while it was really great for a season, you know what I love doing? I love getting ice cream with my husband once a week. I love going and getting pizza with my family. I can't do those things a whole lot because my body pays, and not just in weight, but in inflammation and depression and anxiety. So it's more important that I do this 90% of the time and enjoy those other things on a small 10% level. And really they're treats then, and it makes them more enjoyable. And we do have restraint. We have it through Jesus. And so that is why we can do these things. So this is where I'm going to shift. And I'm going to, when we get off here, I'm going to blend this up, and I'm going to pour up my couple of jars, and then I'm going to head out to church. But the one thing that I want to share that's so important to me right now is looking at Psalm 119. See, God is the active agent. And this is something that I've never recognized here before. You see the psalmist who's coming in and he's saying, Lord, teach me, guide me, instruct me, correct me, protect me, and all of these words. And the active words for the psalmist are, I will delight, I will meditate, I will honor, I will follow. It's saying, I don't have the ability to do anything but follow you, God, because you are the active agent. Y'all, I sat down and did a video on this the other day, and it was just too much, too long, and I stopped it. But this is something that I'm recognizing in my life, that I've got to resituate myself in several areas. One, I've had to make sure that I situate myself nutritionally, because I physically will suffer if I don't. I mentally and emotionally will suffer if I don't care for myself. So I need to make sure that every week I situate myself to where I can thrive in that area. Also things like quiet time. You know, situations change, circumstances change, and your schedule changes. And a specific quiet time that worked for you before may not work for you now, but you've got to make sure that this is the space where you persevere in leaning into the Lord and not into your own understanding. But see, here's the thing that we have to recognize. As we change our lives according to the schedule, the circumstance, the whatever, we need God's help. Because all we're going to do, if we don't lean into Him, if we do lean into ourselves, if we try to do things in our own accord, we're going to continuously fall flat. And we're wondering why our bodies, our finances, our emotions, our homes, and so on continue to fall flat. It's not, listen, God said there are going to be weapons formed against you, but they will not prosper. What does that mean? It doesn't just mean that you're going to live a fruity, flighty life if you love Jesus. It means that you're going to have a hard go of it. That is the truth. It's going to happen to all of us, but also what it means is if we lean into the everlasting arms of Christ, then we're going to have everything we need to partake in His divine nature, everything we need to overcome. But if we make ourselves the active agent, we die in the process every single time. So I say to you, let Him be the active agent. So read Psalm 119 and let that come alive. You know, the scripture says in John 15, you didn't choose me, I chose you to go and bear fruit that will last. So whatever you ask in my name, I will give it to you. Well, do you understand that Psalm 119 is the definition of whatever you ask in my name means? So if you're looking for, because we're going about, Lord, give me a boat, give me a house, give me a kid, give me a this. And if it's not according to Him and His will, His nature, His character, His heart, His purpose, His plan, then it's going to fall flat. But look at Psalm 1 also. It says that blessed are those who, and I'm paraphrasing right now, but blessed are those who lean into the Lord. Blessed are those who trust Him, who are cheerful in Him. And that means trust in Him, courageous in Him. And it says they will stand like a tree, a strong tree in the water, being nourished all the time. So this is where we stand. This is what we have to do. We have to lean into Him. We have to let Him be the active agent. And in the meantime, we do what He's put in front of us. and take care of ourselves, love Him, love others, period. That's it. God bless you, friends. Have a great day.